What's up, dudes? Welcome back to B6 Stream Gaming. Sorry I have not been uploading a lot because I'm just gonna say Guillermo is or Lashing Aztec is the reason of all this, so not my fault. So, but today I'm going to tell you guys I have technically a surprise for you. As you know, I have been doing Hello Neighbor. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Hold up. I've been playing Hello Neighbor. Um, Hello Neighbor. Hello Neighbor. Hello Neighbor. My videos loading. Okay, there we go. So I've been playing Backrooms, where there's no game, and Hello Neighbor. So most of the time I've been playing like scary games, and I want to move up a level. Today I'm going to watch a game theory for Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. I've been really digging into that because I'm waiting for it to come on January, and I will play it on my channel. So, heads up, January. Don't know the exact date. Hope you can join me on that crazy ride for Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, which I'm going to play. And I've been actually not playing it the right way because I haven't played Puppy Playtime Chapters 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to skip straight to 4, but why not? It's mine. So, I have the Steam page up here. Here's the teaser, which I don't know. I don't know if we should watch. Actually, yeah, let's watch. I'm gonna watch the trailer, and then we'll see the Steam page. So let's hit play. Okay, Poppy. Dog Day. Oh my! Wait! Hold up. Okay, this is like Extreme Massacre right here. So down here, there's I know my lore, guys. This down here is Bubba Bubba Finn. Right here is Hoppy Hopscotch, Kickin' Chicken, Picky Piggy, a dead dog David that we have one right here. A little piece of crafty and catnap, and this looks like Bobby Bear Hug. Things have not gone well for smelling critters lately. Okay, he still has a tag on him. Okay, of course I should have known. He's eating Bobby. So, wait. Oh, yo, bro. Oh, yo. Hobby Playtime, Chapter 4, January. Okay, so there was a lot of good pieces in there. So to start off, literally how the tables have turned. He was eating someone, and then someone literally ate him. And look at all the freaking dead bodies, brother. Oh, this is massacre, right? Nope, too far. Nope, not that. There we go. This is a massacre. Literally a freaking massacre, bruh. Wow. It's not like five or six bodies, man. Nah, bro. It's like freaking piles of corpses. Oh my, dude. Get a diet. Get a literal diet. Okay, so that was the intro. Man, that was insane. Okay, let's see. Wait. Frick. Hold up. Let me cheese this. Cheese. And then, does it pass on to the next? Let's see. I don't want to enter exit from full screen. No, it stops there. Darn it. I thought I could cheese it. Okay, so we have right here our first image. I think I can. Yeah, we're good. Forget it. So we have our. No. Go back. So we have this. This looks like a lobby. this looks like the main lobby in chapter 1. Oh, that's way better. Okay, so this looks like the lobby in chapter 1. Even though if you look up here, this is still Smiling Critter territory because I mean Playcare territory because this looks like the fake cloud, and this could be, I don't know, the top of, what is it called? The I forgot. Play no, not Playcare. Um Home Sweet Home. Yeah. So this looks like the rooftop of Home Sweet Home, or it could be the school. But this is still Smiling Critter territory. We have this like crate open. Zoom in. Zoom in. Fine. I'm hit next here. No, 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 no. How do I get out of here? Ah, fine. I'll use what I got. Unless I can click. Yeah, I click out. Okay. So it looks like there's some like boxes here. This is a gate. And so we have up here, we have like red square, blue square, green square. I mean, yellow square. Wow, I'm colorblind. And we have these same colors down here on the ground. And then I noticed this. It's a jail cell. I've seen my movie. I know my lore. That is a jail cell. I will not tolerate that. Oh my. So either we, or there either is someone keeping something inside and came out through another way, because we've seen way too much. Well, I've seen way too much stuff in Poppy Playtime chapters 1 through 3. Or we are going to enter in there to meet someone like Dog Day. Oh god. Okay. Next up. Okay, so this straight up looks like a trash container thingy. Ventilation, even though this looks like wool, this could be like a recycling place, but I don't know. I think it's like more like a garbage thingy. Here. Okay. This gives me like train vibes. Where the train crashed down here, and then we have to go over here to the Kissy Missy statue so we can go down and play there. So this gives me that vibes. This also gives me like weird I forgot the name. FNAF Ruins. FNAF Ruins. This gives me like those vibes too. The end cutscene. But that's that. Are those smiling critters? Hold up. I don't know if those are smiling critters. Full zoom. 500 cinematics. Okay. So no, go back. No, no, no. Wow. Oh, so it's just like, oh, come on. Fine. I have to make the whole loop. Fine. I'll not go full zoom. Fine. Fine, fine, fine. See what this thing does to me? That is not fair. So I think, I don't know if these are smiling critters or I could be just tripping. Okay. Nope. Nope. Something is being held in here, brother. I'm telling you right now. Something is being held in here. These are like when you behave like ultra bad in jail, do you go to like alone jail or personal Ash. Hold up. Hold up. What is called when the prisoner on call receive stays on the run, name cell without number, no, goes to a special jail where where he is alone. Solitary confinement. There we go. Solitary confinement. Where's Steam page? Okay, so this literally looks like solitary confinement. Like down here, like like the food hatch, or this could be or for a key card, and some two dimwits already escaped. I don't know. And we still got trash. What is up with the trash? Are we done in the sewers? We're gonna be done in the sewers. Okay, this hand. I know this hand is for like you switch to like your purple hand. You like hit this pad. You hit this pad, and then it goes like send you flying. You just gotta like do it twice. We have it. Okay, this gives me Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 vibes again. I don't see anything else. Is there anything else? Oh no, just pop up and just this dude. Okay. Now that we've seen the Steam page, let's go back to 100. And I want to see this. Your. What is that? No, no, just kidding. I know it's this. I know it's this. Calm down, calm down. Okay. Brace yourself for the darkest chapter yet in epic Poppy Playtime saga. You are pushed deeper into the undiscovered depths of Playtime Co. Factory, far below anything the world knew. Here, you'll encounter terrifying new threats, oh come on, and discover shocking revelations. Can you outwit the unnatural new creations lurking in the shadows? Can you survive here long enough to eventually unravel the mysteries behind the experiments? Every step will test your courage. Every puzzle will challenge your mind. And every corner may be your last. Oh, God. And you guys know I'm a scaredy cat, right? Yup, baby. Features, new characters and allies. So we're not only gonna have Poppy, Kissy. I don't know if she's alive. So Poppy and Ollie, but we're going to have maybe one or two more allies. Finally, even though we're gonna have like 55 threats other than the prototype, bruh. Like, oh nah. New extraordinary characters guide your way and haunt your nightmares. Oh no. Is that gives me catnap vibes. Is catnap coming back? Brother, if catnap Mob Entertainment, if Pac-Man, if catnap comes back, you better bring back Dog Day, bro. Dog Day is literally the go. Okay, expanded lore. Discover more about your Dark Series Protector in this twisted past. Elliot Ludwig, buddy. Mind-bending puzzles. Solve two intricate puzzles that could mean the difference between life and death. Oh no, I'm gonna be in like continuous pressure, brother. I'm gonna be pressured. This gives me like ticking bomb time, like a ticking bomb. 5. There we go. I said it. Heart-pounding atmosphere with haunting visuals and immersive sound design, and terror never lets up. Will you survive the horror hidden within Playtime Co., or will you succumb to the terror? Survival isn't guaranteed. Fear is. Holy cow. And this is played by Playtime chapters 1 and 2. Oh, I can see them play. Yeah, there's a dude on Twitch. So we have that. We've read the whole thing. Download comic planned release date to be announced on like January. Did it say here? Release date to be announced now. So it has to be sometime between January because either it could be a new teaser or the actual chapter 4 game. Okay. I'm putting my guess here. Actually, let's watch the game theory video and let's get this started. Volume up and
I know who the main villain is for Poppy Playtime Chapter 4.
Do
no,
you?
it's not the prototype. No, it's not Poppy. And no, it's not this new sheep critter from the teaser. Although what?
Wait. So after all this freaking time, I've seen Poppy Playtime Chapter 1, Chapter 2, where this dude takes out mommy's head and torso, and this guy literally is called a god through Catnap's eyes, and he literally backstabs him like literally Julius Caesar, buddy, is not the main villain? Okay, Poppy, why is she even here? She's been helping us the whole entire time. She's seen stuff. Look at her face. She's literally seen stuff. And this dude, I don't know you, so I can't criticize you. But you have something to do with all this, so.
While
10
that last
seconds.
one may not be the big bad, it turns out this black sheep is in fact the key to figuring out who is.
Okay.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the black sheep of the gaming world.
Okay.
While everyone else is being cute, doing Let's Plays, we're over here chowing down on the stories of orphans shoved into plushies. But
Oh, yeah.
we're not alone, because we just got ourselves
Oh,
a
the
brand
intro.
new teaser for Poppy Playtime
Chapter
Chapter
4.
4. A Dog Day plushie walks through a room until
Dog
out of the
Day.
shadows, a black clump pounces and begins chowing down. They look up, and we see a room full of toy corpses stacked.
Massacre.
See, Poppy and I really are a match made in heaven. Or hell, I suppose. Over the next 2 weeks, we learned a little bit more about this character. Their name is Baba Chops, and apparently
Chops,
their design was
okay.
inspired by the YouTuber Sheep Rampage and their fan-made smiling critter. Good for you, man. Nice to see some theorists in this community getting recognition. Of course,
Lovely.
theorists across the internet began theorizing about this sheep and what they would do as the primary villain of this chapter. Only for the marketing.
So, I'm thinking, if he appears on the front of the Steam page, just like Huggy did in the first Poppy Playtime, and Catnap and Mommy also in Poppy Playtime's chapter 2 and 3, does that make him the foe of chapter 4? No, wait, no. Game Theory says that he is not the villain. So let's give him a hit.
Communications manager of Mob Games, Tyler, to make this comment on the Poppy Playtime Discord.
LeMay, y'all really think the sheep is the main villain? Okay, no. Okay, the sheep is not the main villain. So I'm still holding on to my guns, even though I don't have, to thinking that the prototype is still the main. Is going to be the final boss, because in Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, I remember we saw a fight versus Miss Delight, a fight versus Miss Delight, a fight versus Poor Dog Day, and then a fight with Catnap, who literally was the final boss of Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. So I'm guessing she is going to be like Miss Delight and Dog Day? Or could she be the main villain? I don't know.
Discord. Lamau, you'll really think the sheep is the main villain.
This is some rather inconvenient lore placement.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm thankful for having the record set straight. It's more than we get from some franchises. But did you
Crazy.
really have to mock us with it? After this, we were shown that Baba wasn't alone, but part of a...
Oh, yo. Oh, wow. Okay, I did not know about these dudes. I'm gonna have to get into them later. Hold up.
new group of toys, the Nightmare Critters. We've
Okay,
got
I need to
characters like
remember that.
Raby Baby, Icky Licky, and Tui. Oh, come on, you can't tell me they didn't know what they were doing with these
Ratatouille,
things.
yeah.
Regardless, this was a pretty clear sign that critters like Barbar weren't going to be the primary villains of this chapter. But then,
Okay.
who is? Of course, we could just wait for the next teaser to find out. But you know what? I don't actually think we need to. Because even though
Okay.
Barbar may not be the main villain, the decision to use them in the teaser instead of any of the other new critters was intentional. Their inclusion is incredibly important because it actually helps us figure out who the real villain is going to be. So let's start digging through the piles of decaying
Not
toys,
bad.
loyal theorists, to see if we can find the tiniest scraps of lore to chew on. For starters, how is Baba the key to figuring all this out?
Okay.
Well, for that, we've actually got to go...
Bet you it's in his pendant. He literally doesn't have a skull pendant for nothing. This literally could be the prototype's face. No cap.
How is Baba the key to figuring all this out? Well, for that, we've actually got to go back in time a little bit and talk about another recent development in the Poppy Playtime world. A series of videos released on Mob Entertainment's YouTube channel
story
called
so
The
far.
Story So Far.
Yeah.
Each video involves Harley Sawyer.
I'm called the Doctor.
He was the guy that helped start the Bigger Bodies initiative. He is narrating us through the events of chapters 1, 2, and 3. See,
Yeah, I've seen those. Very interesting videos, actually.
Seems pretty straightforward. However, when the first video came out, fans were quick to notice that something wasn't quite right. At 1 minute and 28 seconds, there were hidden frames that showed the letters IV, A, R, and G, followed by the phrase, "Let the game begin." IV is the Roman numeral for 4, and the other letters, well, I'm sure you can figure that part out. This was the start of the Chapter 4 ARG, which was very exciting. Chapter 3's ARG revealed a ton of information about the poppy gas, how they made the experiments, and the human identity of
Theodore
catnip.
Gramble,
So
my
people
boy.
began scrambling to find whatever answers they could about this thing. Big shout out to everyone over on the Poppy Playtime Discord, by the way. While I have been trying to solve all these clues on my own, these guys were incredibly quick on the draw, solving puzzles just hours after release, including Sheep Rampage, the YouTuber I mentioned earlier. So if you want to stay on top of the latest Poppy ARG stuff in the future, I highly recommend you go and check them out. There's a link in the description. Hi,
Okay,
Future
thank you.
Tom here. So I'm literally about to head out for a vacation, but I've just seen that there's potentially more to this ARG. Members of Mob's Partners in Crime program have been receiving letters with hidden clues. At the time I'm recording, there's only been a handful of clues. They're still missing a couple of key components, but by the time this episode comes out, the rest may have been revealed. So definitely go and check out the Poppy Playtime Discord if you want to see where that ended up. I don't believe it's going to change much about this episode, but I just wanted to let you know so you're not wondering why I'm not talking about those codes specifically. Okay, back to
the
the
point
ARG.
is-
Fortunately,
There we
none
go.
of us had to wait too long for our first major clue. Right at the end of that first video, we got this wall of text. At first, it looks like our old friend Base 64. So
What is this? Base 64? Dude, oh my. I don't know if this is a military code or something like that, but brother, ain't no way this thing has to like transfer. It's like literally human. I'm going to say human, brother. Human words and letters. Oh my,
I
wow.
tried it and ended up with this.
Okay,
Yeah, not
that is even worse. 5, whatever, at 1 plus at 0 u. So this could be, no, I give up. I'm not doing that, brother. Oh my
exactly
God.
what we're looking for. But did you know that there are actually more base ciphers than just 64? Base 64
So there's more like with
gets
these
its
weird
name from
codes.
containing 64 unique characters, a capitalized and non-capitalized alphabet, numbers 1 to 9, and a couple of symbols. However, there are a bunch of base forms that use a different amount of unique characters that we can try. We actually used base 5 back in our That's Not My Neighbor video. But there's also stuff
wow.
like base 16, base 36, base 62, base 85, and the one that came in handy today, base 32. This one uses a single alphabet and the numbers 1 to 7. So if you see a code that looks like it should be base 64, but it lacks any symbols or the numbers 8, 9, or 0, try base 32. The more you know.
Thank you.
Anyway, by converting the code, you get this. On felted feet and with bated breath, sleep draws ever near. Felted feet seems like
No. Okay, guys, this is top tier proof that Catnap is still alive. Even though, yeah, we saw, well, not we, I saw that the prototype's hand literally went like into his mouth and he died. No, sleep with bated breath. With bated breath. That's Catnap. Sleep, Catnap draws ever near. Sleep well. Have you ever heard of the song Sleep Well? I have, and I love it. And deep sleep. Oh my, okay.
like it would be talking about a toy. And with the second line being about sleep, I immediately thought
A
of
catnap,
with
yes.
that red smoke sending orphans to sleep. But why would we be reminded of him in the build-up to Chapter 4? Catnap was our last villain, and he's kind of suffering from a minor case of deadness. This is where I think Barbar's prominence in the teaser comes into play. Sheep have been
No way. Does she also have like a sleeping gas like Catnap? Oh my.
been associated with sleep for centuries.
Real.
I'm sure you've all heard that if you're struggling to fall asleep, you can always
Count
try
sheep.
counting sheep.
Yeah.
It's not entirely clear where this phrase originated, but some say it's from medieval shepherds in Britain who would count their sheep before turning in for the night. As time went on, the idea became more about thinking of a task that's so repetitive you'll get bored and fall asleep. So if sleep is drawing ever near in this new chapter,
Are you a Roblox fanatic? Microsoft Rewards has a brand new way for you to earn digital.
Chapter, having a sheep character could make a lot of sense. Maybe they should have called her Lullabar instead.
I actually kind of like that joke. Hold up. Wait, oh yeah.
Oh, come on, it's no worse than Barbar Chops, and you know it. This connection to counting sheep could also imply that we need to keep track of Barbar throughout this chapter, counting them, if you will, either in order to survive or to lead us into a deep sleep. A deep sleep that's a little deeper and a little more permanent according to our next code.
Hey, it's me, former host Matt Pat, and I interrupt this video with a special announcement. I'm here to tell you I'm retiring. Again!
Didn't he already retire?
You already retired? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Did this guy already leave?
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Is this part of the lore?
And the answer is yes, but also no. You see, since leaving this channel, I've been over on GT Live having a grand old time being bad at video games and turning 1-minute videos into 90-minute theory fests. But now it's time for me to bow out of that channel as well, given
Okay, we can watch that later. Hold up. Give me the lore. I want the lore, buddy. Okay, let's back off a little. There we go.
video for you. See ya.
In the very first frame of Chapter 2 Story So Far video, we find this code. This is a hexadecimal code, and translating it gives us the message, 11 words, good luck. To find these 11 words, we have to go frame by frame through the video. Sometimes there's just one jumbled up word hiding out, sometimes there's two, but in total there are 8 codes giving us the full 11 words. Now we just need to figure out what they mean. Because these codes were made up of only letters, my gut told me it was probably a Caesar cipher, and that hunch turned out to be correct. Kinda. It was a Caesar cipher, but not the same one for the entire code. A Caesar cipher works by shifting the phrase backwards or forwards a certain number of letters. However, each of these 8 codes has been shifted by different amounts. You can't just plug them all into one code breaker and call it a day. So after playing around with it for a while, you end up with this assortment of 11 words. Am not, paths, turning, of death, but I, over, afraid, and clear. Obviously, this doesn't make a lot of sense right now.
Yeah.
We need to find the correct order. And this is where the puzzle goes from a little bit tedious to actually quite genius. If you take a closer look at the solution, the 8 codes have been shifted by a number between 1 and 8. PFSW is shifted by 1, RCVJU is shifted by 2, and so on. If you then place all of these words in the order of the shift values, you get the final phrase. I gotta tip my hat to you, Mob Games. At first I thought you were just drawing out the solution to make it seem bigger, but that's a level of thought-through puzzle solving that would make a grown animatronic cry. Combining this with our previous code, we end up with this. On felted feet and with bated breath, sleep draws ever near. Over paths turning clear, but I am not afraid of death. Unlike the sleep and nightmares that were caused by the red smoke in Chapter 3, the sleep that is coming for us in Chapter 4 is simply death. But that's not actually what stood out to me.
Well, even though I already knew that, because we literally are entering into a territory that we literally don't know, because of how twisted Elliot Ludwig became, right?
For the first time, we have got the use of a pronoun, I. Up until this point, this could have just been a cryptic poem for the sake of an ARG, but this...
So, a human drew this. I mean, not drew this, wrote this. So, someone could actually still be alive, even though after the hour of joy.
Shows us that's not the case. It's about a specific character.
Yeah.
Interestingly, all of the Stories So Far videos have started with a date, 2005. That's 10 years after the Hour of Joy, the event that killed all the employees in the factory, and around the same time that we came back to try and find anyone who remained. At the end of Chapter 3, Poppy told us that everyone was killed, but we know this isn't the full truth. Leith Pierre seems to still be around, able to run Project Playtime, and the writer of the Orientation Notebook, PW, is also still alive to write in the book. Now, we seem to have another character that has survived the Hour of Joy. However, unlike PW and Leith, who seem to be free, I don't think this one is. And that's because of the way the poem is written. It follows an ABBA rhyming scheme. The first line rhymes with the fourth line, and the second line rhymes with the third. This evokes a feeling of claustrophobia or entrapment, because you have the BB rhyme enclosed by the two A rhymes. This
Who knows that? who literally knows how that code, not that code, how that poem works. Game theory is insane. Respects.
This is telling us that the character it's about is likely trapped. And with that line about felted feet and
Do you feel annoyed? Do you feel peeved? Well, if you do,
Da,
I
da,
have the
da,
perfect
da,
solution.
da, da. Muting. There we go. We're back.
sleep drawing near, it's telling us that they are actually trapped down in the facility, being hunted by the toys. Although I will say this character doesn't seem particularly scared. Despite this sleep drawing near, they see an open path before them, and they're not afraid of death. Weirdly, this line sparked a memory from my time going to a Church of England high school. One of the common passages from the Bible that we had to read out in assemblies was Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Just like in the ARG poem, there is a path ahead that is full of death. But the writer of the psalm, King David, isn't afraid of it. He goes on to say that the Lord's rod and staff comfort him, tying it back to the beginning of the psalm where he refers to the Lord as his shepherd. David is not afraid of death because he has something much stronger on his side, God. That might seem like a completely unrelated tangent, but
Yeah.
if you think back to chapter 3, it was full of religious implications
Yeah.
with characters like Catnap. Chapter
Yeah, Catnap wouldn't stop calling the prototype his god or
3
an angel
confirmed that he
salvation.
used to be the orphan Theodore. But when he got injured trying to help 1006 escape, the prototype took him to Playtime co-scientists in order to save him. Catnap was the
boring,
result, and
yeah.
so he worshipped the prototype, saying things like, "The prototype will save us, and I live to serve our angel of salvation."
yeah.
Religious inspiration is all over Poppy Playtime, especially when it comes to the prototype and his role as a god or savior to these orphans. He is their god, their good shepherd, the one that has promised to save them from death. Could this mean that this poem isn't about another human employee, but the newest toy to be put front and center, Barbar? Are we dealing with another orphan turned toy turned 1006 cultist? I don't think so, because Barbar isn't just any sheep. She's specifically a black sheep. These days, if you're called a black sheep, it means that you're kind of the odd one out, the
Yeah.
outcast. You just don't quite fit in. But originally, the phrase came from literal sheep. Black sheep were considered undesirable by shepherds because their black wool couldn't be dyed, and so it became hard to sell. So when you got a surprise black sheep in your flock of only white sheep, it was considered a bad omen. By the 18th and 19th century, the color black even started to be associated with the devil himself, the one who
Okay.
was opposing God. And so, with Barbar being a black sheep, she would likely be considered undesirable to the shepherd and opposed to the God we've been introduced to, 1006. She's not going to be working with him like the other toys are. Instead, this solidifies my hunch from earlier that she is going to be
An
helping
ally.
us. She is going to want to take him down. On
So she is going to be an ally, like Dog Day was before he died. Oh wow. Game theory is low-key insane.
Chapter 4 scene page, it does say we'll be meeting
Yeah,
new
we checked that. New
characters
characters and allies.
And you know what they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But if this poem isn't about Barbar, then who is it about? Well, you've probably figured out that we still haven't talked about Chapter 3's video, and in it there is one more code to find, which really is the final piece we need. At 3 minutes and 58 seconds, you'll find the very obvious wall of
8.
binary text.
Oh, yeah.
However, this code doesn't seem to work when plugged into a normal binary decoder. There is a second binary code a few frames later that does work, but it only gives us the phrase 25x25. This is where I've got to give another shout out to the Poppy Playtime Discord. I was scratching my head for a good while with this one, but in less than 2 hours, they had figured out that this original code was actually an image converted into binary, and the 25x25 was an aspect ratio that you needed to use to get the final image. Once again, Mob Games just killing it with these puzzles. The earliest person I could find suggesting this solution was a user called Clecchino, so massive props to figuring this out, and thank you for helping me with this one. By converting the binary back into an image and setting the aspect ratio to 25x25, we end up with a familiar sight, a QR code. Scanning the code gives you a string of letters which, when reversed, gives you the final phrase, "For we have already met." That final line is fascinating.
Wow. So wait, I'm
On
gonna
its
wait till
own,
he
it's
puts the
telling
full
us
code
that
on.
this character the poem is about is literally someone we've already met. A new account on the Poppy Playtime Discord called Playtime Co. seemed to confirm this idea when users asked them if they were the ones sending the messages, and they responded with the same line, for we have already met. These tapes came out before the teaser, so it can't be Baba or any of the nightmare critters, and most of the other toys we know are dead, so it would need to be one of the human characters we've been introduced to. We've got a lot of characters unaccounted for, like Eddie Ritterman, Johnny Roth, and Stella Graper, although only one of them speaks about overcoming death in similar poetic language, and we hear them during the intro of Project Playtime Season 2.
Mortality is the curse of the weak, fire that incinerates the flesh. I strive to snuff that flame, call me a monster, but I am simply a man, asking incineration and embrace the infinite.
Ding ding ding, we have a match. It's the same character that has been guiding us through the story so far videos this entire
Matt
time.
Sawyer.
Harley
Harley
Sawyer.
Sawyer.
It feels so obvious now. The guy speaking to us in the tapes is also the one the poem is referring to. The one character who speaks in well-structured, very poetic sentences and whose only desire is to overcome his own mortality. And now, according to this poem, it seems like he did just that. When you take the final phrase and put it with the rest, it reads like this. On felted feet and with bated breath, sleep draws ever near. Over paths turning clear, but I am not afraid of death, for we have already met.
Brother, that gives me shivers. Wow. Mob Entertainment, you have my respects. That is insane. The way that they like hid the codes, and you have to like work your brain for that, like, wow. And me just chilling back here, and me just watching the video and knowing everything. I'm sorry. So, on felted feet with bated breath, sleep draws ever near, over paths turning clear. But I am not afraid of death, for we have already met. So, I am guessing, because I'm pro theorist, bro, that he had to become a toy, because toys are like practically immortal until like one kills the other. Yeah, because we killed Huggy. Wait, no. Yeah. They waited 10 years. 10 years with practically almost. We waited like 10. We came back after 10 years. And they were like practically like dying because they literally had nothing else to do. They already killed, they already ate, and they wouldn't stop like feasting on like the little guys, on the weaklings. So we have already met. So he had one. I know for a fact he had to become a toy, but I am not afraid of death. So this means he had almost died, and then he came back as a toy, making him immortal. That's what I get from this phrase right here. Oops, sorry. And I get from this phrase right here. He had to die. He had to like almost die, just like Theodore did. Theodore was, if I remember, he got electrocuted, and he was like on the brink of dying until the prototype came, like game theory said, and the prototype took him over to the scientist and made him catnap, practically immortal, until the prototype just like him. So
We have already met isn't just about us having met this person. It's about the person, Harley, meeting
death,
but still being around to talk about it.
Told
he
you.
isn't afraid of death because he overcame it. And there's only one way that happens in this franchise. You have to be turned into
a toy.
During
Brother, put me into game theory right now, brother. I am so cracked. I'm goated with the sauce.
Catnap's VHS tape in Chapter 3, we hear Leith Pierre leading the session instead of Harley, because, in his own words...
Normally I'd have Dr. Sawyer do this, but he's, out, let's say.
Don't just take classes. Take charge.
Okay. So it said he's out. So that could mean two things. either hold up, either he is dead or he was he was on the brink of dying and he was becoming a toy.
Find his replacement.
The way Leith says Harley is out feels incredibly uncertain. He's clearly not able to perform his duties anymore, hence the need for a replacement. But it's not as definitive as saying he was fired or no longer with us. And these Stories So Far videos prove that he definitely isn't dead. Right at the end of the Chapter 3 video, the camera pulls back to reveal a bunch of security camera feeds. As we pull back, Harley's narration audio changes slightly. It's no longer on the VHS tape. It's being spoken from within the security room. This is not a pre-recorded message. He's been down here physically watching us throughout our journey, which makes
After this game theory, I'm gonna watch the story so far, chapter 3. I need to show you guys.
Leith's use of the word out feel even more odd. It's almost as if Leith doesn't really know what to call Harley anymore, because Harley isn't who he once was. Harley has done what he set out to do in his incineration monologue. He overcame death and became a living toy. This is what the Bigger Bodies initiative was always for. He initially framed it as a way to save the company, but in reality, it was to further his own twisted goals of living forever.
So he is Elliot Ludwig 2.0, but 3 times as evil. Elliot had good intentions. Yeah, but until he took it a bit too far. Like, man, come on. Literally killing kids just to, like, put them into toys. Get it together. Like, at least he doesn't want to harm anyone. Or so I'm thinking.
And unlike the writer of Psalm 23, Harley didn't wait for a god to help him. He used science and became a god himself.
So he was not on the brink of dying. He, like, experimented on himself. No help, no anything. He just became a toy all by himself. Okay.
He now has power over life and death. He has been helping others to beat death. He has almost become a Jesus-like character. Harley sees himself as a god, a savior, a shepherd. He is here to lead the flock to eternal life. That grace, however, doesn't seem to apply to us.
Nah.
He ends the video by saying, "We are being led like lambs to the slaughter." And then he laughs maniacally.
That
Again,
one gave me shivers. Big time. Like, nah.
It's more shepherd imagery, but it's not the response of a good shepherd that's going to take care of us. It's a threat. It's the response of a power-hungry madman that's going to lead us to the slaughterhouse. Which leads me to believe that Harley, or the toy he has become, is going to be the real villain of Chapter 4. He's never been afraid of killing people that he sees as a problem. He created Boxy Boo and taught him to desire human flesh in order to get rid of people like Rowan Stoll, who were going to expose the entire operation. If we survived this trip to the factory, we would likely be doing the same thing. All of the quote-unquote good things he did would be undone, and he can't have that. But you know what? I'm gonna do you one better. It's all well and good knowing the human identity of our upcoming villain, but let's be honest, the thing we all really care about is
What toy
Harley is going to appear as. At the time of recording, a trailer hasn't been released revealing this new toy. However, I think I've already figured out what it's going to be, and it's all thanks to a little thing called trademarks. A trademark basically shows a person's or business's ownership over a word, phrase, logo, character, that sort of thing. People file for trademarks so that other businesses can't then use those recognizable ideas to help sell their own products.
Yeah,
Mob Entertainment has a bunch of trademarks, mainly for the names of their characters across video games, merchandise, and, of course, stuffed toys.
I like that
For
shit.
example, all the Nightmare critters had their names trademarked back in September. However, when you look at Mob's trademark list, there are 2 names that haven't been used, both of which were registered in May, long before the Nightmare critters. For them to have been registered so long ago but remain unused, they have to be key characters to this upcoming chapter. Each chapter has introduced us to multiple monsters after all. In Chapter 3, alongside Catnap, we got Mr. Light.
Yeah.
In Chapter 2, we had Bunzo and PJ Pugapilla alongside Mummy.
Mummy,
So with there
yeah.
being 2 unused names, it's more than likely that's what we're seeing here. One of these guys is going to be the scary but secondary villain, while
And
the
one
other
of
one
them's gonna
takes
be
the role of our big
Sawyer.
bad and Harley's new toy body. The question is, which one? Well, the names
50-50.
are as follows: Yarnaby and Doey the Dough Man. No, I'm not joking. That is the real trade.
Come on. Look at him. He's sad. Doughy the Dough Man. At least Yarnaby, that sounds good. Doughy the Dough Man. Downloadable computer reading software owned by Monterey Inc. Serial number. Not interesting. Okay.
Trademark. Yarnaby is most likely going to be made of
Yarn.
Would be a bit weird to call him that if he wasn't, right? But
Yeah.
Yarn could be an interesting choice for Harley's new body, mainly for thematic reasons. He has been pulling the strings of Playtime Co. since his introduction,
Yeah.
starting the whole Bigger Bodies initiative under false pretenses. That being said, Doughy the Dough Man, as silly as that name seems, also makes a surprising amount of sense when it comes to the theme. At first, I thought this was going to be a Pillsbury type character. Nothing's more frightening than the Pillsbury Swole Boy. But food feels like a strange choice for a toy. Unless, of course, you're
It's like Play-Doh, yeah.
talking about the non-edible kind of dough.
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh is so versatile, you can make anything with it. You can mold and shape things as you
Oh no. That means that if Harley Sawyer is in Doughy the Dough Man, that means he can become anything he wants. He's literally going to be Megatron, but in toy style. Buddy, oh my, so we might see all of our foes in one chapter. If Doughy the Dough Man is real, then we gotta keep our guard up, man, because this is gonna be a wild ride.
see fit. You can combine different pieces together or tear them apart. Whatever perfect vision you have, Play-Doh can help bring it to life. It fits so perfectly with Harley. He was playing God, molding and shaping the world to his vision, combining humans and toys together to create his perfect reality. Play-Doh would also give mob games a chance to try a different kind of material to show off their animation skills. Something that's detachable, malleable. Harley could literally take whatever form he wanted at any given time, making him an even more frightening, all-powerful god.
So he could practically be 5 times as powerful as the prototype seems to be. Oh no. We're in a big... I'm going to have PTSD from chapter 4 after I play it.
Personally, my money's on Doughy, but who do you think it is? I'm actually kind of interested to have you guys vote on this. So, on screen right now, you'll find 2 videos. If you're voting for Team Yarnaby, click the video on the left. If you're on Team Doughy, click the video on the right. Regardless, whichever one it turns out to be, I feel pretty confident that Harley is going to be the one driving it. I guess we'll just have to wait for chapter 4 to see if I'm right. But in the meantime, remember, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Wow. Okay, I'm going for, if you guys want to, I'm gonna put the link of the video down in the next to the comment section. So give that a hit. I'm voting Team Doughy. What happens? Not an ad. Oh my, these ads are getting pretty annoying. There we go. Oh, that's it? Oh wait, wait, what is this? I'm gonna turn on the music. Wait a minute. Actually, I'm mute. Is this it? Oh. Loopy Drupal dress code. Okay. There's probably nothing interesting in there. Okay, so go back here. Okay, wow. That was, oh wait, no. The story yet so far. Hold up. The story yet so far. Oh crap. I keep putting yet so far. Story so far, Poppy Playtime. All right, here we go.
Log 0, 1, 2, 7. Slow reversal.
subscribe.
Trigger cast reduction zone.
Even dazed, I'm sure they must remember it all quite clearly. Experiment 1188.
Catnap.
With nowhere else to go and seemingly no one to turn to, there appeared only one way onward. This is where they encountered a most infuriating ally.
Hey, can you hear me? I don't want you to die, so I'm gonna help you. Oh, and by the way, my name is Ali. Nice to meet
After a short pass through the train station, our uninvited guests began their descent to Playcare, Playtime Co.'s own on-site orphanage, and Elliot's grand beacon of hope. Below, they received a key from their newfound ally, one that led directly to the still beating heart of Playcare. The red smoke. To our guest, not all was told. But to leave, they had to redirect the gas. All that seemed left was the push of a button.
Oh no! Someone killed the power. Find the building's backup generator. Good luck.
The home sweet home. Once, catnap was a fixture of this place. At night, it was his red smoke that lulled the many children into slumber. But now it had become a nightmare. Trust is a funny thing. It can often be earned or broken in but an instant. But what we make of those who've broken that trust is a very individual viewpoint.
No! No! Let go! They didn't do anything wrong. Listen, I'm not your enemy. But I can't just let you leave. I need you. So we can get revenge on those monsters who've tortured you. Who've tortured us.
Power restored to the console, the master battery in hand, the finish line. I'm sure that's how it must have felt.
Oh, wow.
The human mind is fascinating.
What is that?
Each wants to believe in its own sense of significance. Many live their whole life in ignorance of the truth. That's really their weak. But in a corner, sometimes we reveal ourselves as something more. And our intruder, they're something special indeed. Which inevitably brings everything back to our dear old Poppy.
Yeah.
And with her was the truth.
Came back because of your coworkers. This is your answer. We called it the hour of joy.
The guilty, the innocent, didn't matter. The experiments killed everyone.
Soon as we reach the bottom, we'll send the lift back up. Just hold tight, okay? All right. We need to be cautious. There's something... No!
Which brings us to now, doesn't it? Down we come, like lambs to the slaughter.
Wow. Okay, so game theory was right. That didn't sound like VHS-ish talk. That sounded like real IRL in the moment watching us. Oh, wow. Like lambs to the slaughter. Oh my god. Okay. This literally gets me even more hyped for Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. But guys, yep, I'm going to tell you that I am going to play Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, which is coming up very soon in January. We're in October, November, December, January. 3 more months of waiting, sadly. But I am going to play that, guys. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. That was a very interesting video. I loved it. Stick with us. Lashing Essay and I are going to play Backrooms yet again, probably tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And guys, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to see you guys next time. Peace out, my dudes.